In today's world, men and women try to do everything equally, everything 50-50. I'm not just talking about splitting the bill 50-50. I'm talking about splitting every single task 50-50, splitting roles, responsibilities, feelings. Striving for equality in every aspect of our relationship is actually pulling us apart from each other. It's stressing the woman out, and it's also emasculating men. There is no polarity between men and women. They are the same. And with losing polarity, we also lose connection. We lose intimacy. We lose interdependence, needing each other, that beautiful, deep bond when you genuinely need and love each other. The masculine and feminine are not just ideas. They're not just cultural ideas. They're literally divine blueprints. They're how we are biologically designed. I have an analogy later in this video that I will share with you guys, and I hope it will make sense to you. I will try to make this video as in-depth as possible. First things first, what is femininity? If you look at the Google definition, it's simply a set of characteristics, behaviors, and social roles often associated with women. Femininity really reflects the energy of receiving, feeling, connecting, and there's traits associated with feminine energy. Many traits. Emotional expressiveness, nurturing and care, intuition and inner knowing. You know, we talk about that female intuition. It is a real thing. Receptivity, being open to new ideas, to people, to feelings, you know, actually feeling things in our bodies. And sensuality, I'm not just talking about sexuality, I'm talking about sensuality, you know, being so in tune and deep in your senses. You are so alive to all of your senses. Feminine energy really honors cycles, and I love this because that's literally how God designed us. We are not linear people as women. We have a 28-day cycle. Every single day our hormones change, how we act in our follicular phase or luteal phase vary. And creativity and life-giving, that is considered a feminine trait because women are the only ones who can literally birth lives into the world, which is crazy. They have this life force within them. I actually read this the other day, you know, that women are really the bridge between the spiritual and the physical. And I think it's so beautiful because, again, a woman is the only being who can literally carry a soul into the world from a beautiful spiritual and sacred act, you know, between a man and a woman, and she's able to transform it into, you know, literally birthing life and having this physical child. It's so special, and I want women to tap more into this energy that they have within them. Every woman has this life force energy within them, and I want you ladies to know this because it is vital. It is vital to how you live your life and how you navigate relationships as well, to know that this is powerful. Now let's talk about masculinity. It's the same thing as women, but for men. So it's typically characteristics, behaviors, more often associated with men. Now, masculine energy is a little bit like the opposite. It's kind of like the yin and the yang. Masculine energy is more of that giving, that initiating, the protecting, and the structuring, like that beautiful masculine container that is strong. Think of it like a rock almost. And the traits associated with it is strength, whether emotional, physical, or moral. Men are physically generally stronger than women. And I think it's, again, such a beautiful thing that God designed us this way. You know, they're meant to protect women or protect children, people who are vulnerable, protect them, give them the structure. Other traits include logic and reasoning. And like we've mentioned previously, drive, goal orientation, focusing on outcomes, on results. That is a very masculine trait. Feminine energy is more inward. Masculine energy is outward. It is linear and it is stable. It is less cyclical because they do not have a 28-day cycle. Men are designed completely differently than women. Typically, male brains show higher connectivity within hemispheres, like that logical strategy action side, while actually female brains connect more across hemispheres. So they have more emotion and intuition. And this is why I don't understand why there's this narrative that we have to do everything the same. We are literally wired completely differently. No wonder women are more stressed than ever. We are not meant to operate as men. And no wonder why men feel emasculated as well more than ever, because they are not supposed to operate like women. We have different functions. Like, we operate totally differently. Male brain is really designed for direction, strength, and external mastery. This is just facts. And the female brain is designed for harmony, empathy, inner wisdom, and together they build the world and they make it worth living in. Like, it's that beautiful polarity between the female and the male brain. Now we're just talking about brains. We're not talking about energies yet, but that's the beauty of polarity. We need both. We cannot just function in a world where everything is logical but there's no beauty. We cannot function in a world where it's just beauty but there's no structure to it. It will be chaos. And ladies, there is a difference between masculine energy, the way that it is sometimes displayed by red pill movement or even the loud Andrew Tate. I don't know if Andrew Tate is still doing the same thing, but that is not, like, when a man yells or tries to control a woman, that is just not a true healthy masculine man. That is not how a healthy masculine man operates. Healthy masculine energy naturally guards what is sacred. Like I mentioned, women, children, people who are vulnerable. And it doesn't dominate to control. It just leads women just effortlessly because the woman can trust the man to lead her. So it's just this effortless and beautiful dance between the man and the woman. And what is displayed right now in media sometimes is so extreme. I don't want you ladies to think that that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about masculinity. That is just hyper masculinity, people who are completely wounded, who seek to, dominate and control their wives. Like, that's not okay. Let's not do that. Let's talk about healthy femininity and masculinity the way that God designed. Honestly, I think the view that transcends everything is the view that God has, how he literally created us. The Word of God is literally the blueprint if you want to understand femininity and masculinity in the healthy sense, not in the controlling and this chaotic sense that we often see all over social media. All of us, regardless of gender, we carry both energies. I carry masculine energy and I carry feminine energy. Both are present in each person. For example, a man's anima, a man's feminine energy, really shapes his emotional life, how he relates with other people, or just that fun or that pleasure that he will find from time to time in his life. A woman's animus, so the masculine energy, really will shape her logic, her assertiveness, her connection to her masculine traits. That being said, that both genders have both the animus and anima, most women will lead with feminine energy by design, just naturally when they are brought into this life, like naturally in their brains, how they're designed in their cycle. But she will need healthy masculine traits so that she can navigate this world. She will need to have boundaries. She will need discipline if she wants to achieve things in life. She will need a sense of purpose, a sense of direction. Those are crucial traits for any woman. And for men, they mainly lead with masculine energy. Just biologically, that's how they are designed. But they, again, need that feminine energy for connection, intuition, empathy with other people, so that they're not these asocial creatures. Like, they can relate with other people, other men, other women. Really take note of this. Balance does not mean equal. It simply means having that healthy harmony with one energy leading. So you don't need to have 50% masculine energy, 50% feminine energy. No, lead with your femininity because that is how you were designed. But your masculine will give you that structure that you need so that you're able to thrive, so that you're able to enjoy, for example, the fruits of your labor. If you're constantly not disciplined, you're on TikTok all day, how can you be in your feminine? You will be too stressed out to enjoy life because you're like, oh my God, I have nothing under control. I have this beautiful analogy, and that is the fire and the fireplace. Think of the feminine as being this fire. She is warm, passionate, sometimes unpredictable, but she's creative, she's alive. And the masculine is this fireplace that holds the flame together. It gives it shape. It keeps it from burning the house down. And without the fire, the fireplace will just be this cold, boring place with just nothing, no beauty within it. The masculine really provides this beautiful structure, the boundaries, the direction, so that the feminine energy can actually light up a home without consuming it, without destroying it. When the masculine container holds, the feminine is able to glow, to thrive. And we're not talking about relationships yet, ladies. I'm talking about the fireplace within you. You have to have that fireplace within you before you enter a relationship, because you need both. You need both masculine and feminine. So let's say this is your fireplace. When you enter a relationship, typically what you want to do is to find a bigger fireplace so that you can expand. Your feminine energy, that fire, can thrive, can look even bigger, can look even more beautiful. You should only unite with someone who can expand you in that sense, in that masculine container sense. And that is the point of entering into a relationship with a man, so that your feminine energy can just thrive even more beautifully. You see these women, for example, who enter such beautiful relationships with like a healthy masculine man, and they become these beautiful, gorgeous feminine women. Suddenly they pick up new habits, they act more gracefully. That's a really good sign. That means that she is thriving even more in her feminine, because she can trust the fireplace. The fireplace has expanded. Take this in for a second. Why would you enter a relationship where a man is not doing his part? A man does not actually provide you that fireplace. The man does not give you that masculine container. It actually just shrinks you. Like, his masculine container, this is yours. This is your fireplace. His fireplace is smaller, and now you have to shrink. You feel even more stressed. You're like, oh my God, what are we gonna eat tomorrow? I don't know where he's taking me. I can't trust anything. And now you're led into this chaos. No, we cannot be entering and entertaining these kinds of relationships. And also for the man, it is deeply emasculating when he enters a relationship where the woman constantly has to give that structure or constantly has to lead. It feels unnatural for him.
I busted my ass all day cleaning this house and then cooking that meal, and I worked today. It would be nice if you said thank you and helped me with the dishes.
Fine.
It feels like in the end, she's just mothering him. And that is the least attractive thing that you can do for a man, to mother him. The same way a man's masculine energy is activated and refined in the presence of a healthy feminine energy. And he is now called to lead with even more strength. And that strength actually becomes more meaningful when there is someone to protect, when there is someone to nourish, when there is someone to serve and cherish. Without the feminine, his masculinity can become almost like without a direction. Like, yes, I'm working really, really hard, I'm very disciplined, but what am I doing this for? It almost becomes like a performance or this aggressive kind. And ladies, if there's one thing to know about men, like, they love when they feel like they're in control. You know, when he's leading properly, encourage him. Be like, wow, like, I love how you're leading. I love that you're doing this. Thank you so much for this. Like, appreciate him. And it's also a way to encourage his masculinity even more, actually. For example, if you're in a relationship and you find that maybe there's certain aspects where he's not leading properly, encourage him. Try to encourage him, but try really not to mother him, because that will break his pride. That will break his inner strength. And it's normal. That's how men are designed. They have that sense of ownership. Like, they love actually to provide. They love giving direction. They love guiding women. They love it. So let's encourage that in men. And you being feminine in your relationship is actually so beautiful, ladies. Like, you're literally giving warmth in his life. You're giving that fire in his fireplace, that this world is not this cold, hard place where, you know, there's just no affection. And ladies, I want you to know that a fireplace doesn't always hold the fire perfectly, especially, you know, it's new, like, you're getting to know each other, you're getting to know this man. It's totally normal that in the beginning, or even throughout the relationship, throughout the whole relationship, he is still learning, just like you are still learning. There will be times where the fire, your fire, won't be there. It just, you won't feel feminine. You will feel like uncertain about some things, and that is normal. That is absolutely normal to have those days and to have those phases in a relationship as well. But the important thing to know is when that happens, when, for example, there are some cracks in the fireplace, like, he is perhaps not like stepping up in one of the areas where he should be stepping up. Your role is to encourage him, to let him know like this is how you feel, and depending on how he responds to it, either you guys will expand, like he will expand even more in his masculine container, and as a result you're able to actually trust him more, to be more in your feminine as well, because you have that trust and you're allowed to trust, like it gives you the allowance to trust him and to be this feminine woman. But in the end, the fireplace has to expand. It's a continual and a work in progress. And you see this biblically as well. It's the process of sanctifying with like one another. You're literally growing to become more like how God wants you to become. You expand, you expand, you expand, and throughout the years, you are just this crazy feminine woman who is just able to trust, and the man is just this masculine man who leads her like beautifully. And that's why you see like the grandparents, like grandparents have such a beautiful relationship. They probably did not start that way. It's through years and years, decades of expanding. Oh, there's a crack in here in the side of the fireplace. Okay, let's fix that. Let's expand. Hey, what happened to this fire? Like the fire is not on. Like let's work on this. Let's nurture this. The fire becomes this beautiful thing. So it is a work in progress, 100%. And that's why grace is so important. That's why having your own masculine container too, ladies, is so important. And what I will say about having your own masculine container, your own fireplace, for me, my own masculine container is literally God. It's literally God. God is my ultimate masculine king. God really allows me to rest. For example, when I have days where I'm so uncertain, but I also know like that he works everything for good, like Romans 8:28. Everything works out for good. So I can lean on that. I can lean on his promises. I can rest assured in his promises, and I don't have to worry every single day. He says to not be anxious about anything, but in everything, just pray. And that literally, that foundation changes how I come into relationship. Ladies, I'm so sorry that I keep changing angles. My laptop just died and the sun is setting, so I'll try to wrap this up as quickly as possible. I want you ladies to actually reflect on what I was saying. And if you're in a relationship, really ask yourself, am I in a relationship where my man is allowing me to actually expand more in my feminine energy? And am I inspiring him to be more in his masculine as well? If yes, that is a beautiful sign. If not, it is okay. Have grace over yourself and for your man as well. And it is maybe either an area that you can grow in, you can talk about it with your partner to encourage him to lead in areas where you want him to lead. I really pray that this is the kind of love that you actually choose, not everything 50-50. Like the culture actually presses on us, and I see like women being so stressed, and where they're on a date, they don't know how to act anymore. Men don't even know how to act anymore. Who's going to split the bill? Who's going to take the bill? It's all confusing, and it's not supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be, we have different roles, but we complement one another. Ladies, if you want to be part of conversations like this live, join us on Mademoiselle Society. And I hope this has made it clear for you ladies. Let me know what video you want to see next, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Mwah!